Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to the channel. It finally is here. The W150 project is actually going to get started, kind of, sort of. I'm going to go over a couple of parts that we have in for it, one major part that we have in for it, and go over that just a little bit, tell you what comes in the kit, and then tomorrow we'll actually start it. And don't know if we're going to get it finished. This probably may be a 3-part video doing this part of the build. So anyway, what we have so far is a rough country 4-inch lift. It is 4-inch spacers up front, 3-inch spacers in the rear. This is the only issue I have thus far. The spacers. From the factory, the truck has a 3-inch spacer in the back already, and then you're going to stack another 3-inch spacer on top of it. I think for the $535 that we spent on this kit, they should do a single spacer block in the rear and you get rid of the factory spacer that's there, but that's my own opinion. Starting in the rear, so you're going to have new spacers, new springs, new shocks. That is the only thing that's going to be in the rear. That's all it gets, is the spacers, the shocks, and the U-bolts, square U-bolts, however you want to call them. Then you going up front. The up front is just a little bit more of that in depth, a little bit more in detail. You do have the 4-inch springs. It does come with new bushings. It will get some new shocks. The shocks are a 10-stage variable valving piston. They're a 35mm piston and a 54mm shock body. So these are their rough country N3s. I don't know how new or old these are, but we're going to try them out. They came with the kit and see how they go. So starting up front, like I said, we've got shocks again, springs, only 3 U-bolts up front. The reason being is on the passenger side for the rear differential, or passenger side for the front differential, you have 1 U-bolt and then you have 2 studs. On the back side, there's 2 studs. It comes with longer studs. Those studs will come out, and then the new studs will get screwed in place, and then the new spring stack, and that's how that goes on there. So like I said, new shocks up front also. And then to keep the pinion angle the same, it does come with a shim for the front springs. Same thing with the rear springs. The pinion, or the angle, is built into the block itself to make sure and keep the right pinion angle. Also on the driver's side, steering bracket. It comes with a spacer for that. On the driver's side, you got 3 bolts, 3 studs, or I'm sorry, 3 studs. Take the 3 nuts off, take the 3 studs out, set your block on, put studs on, put your nuts on. Pretty simple. While we have it apart, one of the other things we're going to take care of too is when we were on our way home, as you guys know, we blew a tire and it just beat the ever-living hell out of the passenger side, from the rocker panel to the inner fender to the outer fender. So truck is immaculately clean. There is a body mount right here that has some rust, both sides, passenger, driver. I'm going to have to cut those out and replace those, but while I have this tire off there and I have everything out of the way, there's actually a body mount right there that is bent. So I'm going to unbolt this fender from that body mount, or this fender mount, and bend this fender down, straighten out that body mount, try and straighten out the inner fender the best we can right now, and then while we look for some parts for it. It does need a new fender, it does need a new hood. So we're going to be sourcing, trying to find some of those parts to put on there. Fender and hood is not a necessity right now. Would be nice to be able to do the inner fender and outer fender while we have everything apart, but like I said, it's not a necessity. It's not something that has to be done right at this point in time. So there's also one other thing we're going to take care of while we have it kind of apart, or at least with the driver's side tire off. The steering on this truck leaves something to be desired. This steering box here, and I don't understand the concept of it. This is the first one I've ever saw. It has this coupler in it, and you can see it is in terrible condition. There is a rebuild kit for this. There's 2 other ways you can take care of this also, but when I get to that point, I'll go over, there's 2 other ways that you can actually take care of this. But we're going to do it the most cheapest and economical right now to get it back on the road and ready to drive. And that being using this Dorman kit right there. There's the part number 425253. This is a steering shaft coupler rebuild kit. So everything inside this box takes care of the slop in the play that goes along with that. All right, helping me do this project, a few weeks ago I did a video on these Popo-Man or Popo-Man products. I have the grinder and I have the polisher. Both comes with battery. Both of them came with a charger. I'm going to get both batteries charged up, and I'm going to use this as much as I can to do some cleaning, to do some cutting, and see how this actually performs in an everyday work environment. It is a brushless 20 volt. So I mean, let's put it as paces. Let's see how it works. It would be very easy to grab the plasma cutter right there to take care of everything, but I figured not everybody has a plasma cutter, so most people have a right angle grinder, and they can go on Amazon to their store and pick up this stuff up relatively reasonable. Popo-Man or Popo-Man has a lot of tools to offer, so hopefully we have started a good working relationship with them to go over everything that they have to offer and see how well of a product they actually have. I think with that being said, that's pretty much all I have tonight. Tomorrow we are going to get started on this lift and get it on the truck and make way for some bigger and better things to come. I think they should be here next week, so I'm going to leave it at that. So with that being said, like I said, guys, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already done so, and we'll see you guys in the next one.